to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. Call the roll. Mr. Greeno. Here. Mr. Bates. Here. Mr. Stein. Here. Mrs. Lamarca.
Here.
And Mr. Rob. Here. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda and addendum items.
Second.
Call the vote. Ms. Lamarca.
Yes.
Mr. Stein.
Yes.
Mr. Bates.
Yes.
Mr. Greeno.
Yes.
Mr. Rob.
Yes.
Next up is to approve or amend the meeting minutes from July 21st, 2025. Entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Make a motion.
Thank you. Questions or comments? John. Call the vote. Mr. Bates.
Yes.
Mr. Greeno.
Yes.
Mr. Rao.
Yes.
Ms. Lamarca.
Yes.
Mr. Stein.
Yes.
And next up, presentation of the financial statement, month ending. Dawn Sweeney, month ending July 31st, 2025. Dawn, your rundown on fund balances.
Yes. For the month of July, the general fund had a beginning balance of $3,272,707 and an ending balance of $5,973,934. The land improvement fund had a beginning balance of $3,543,713 and an ending balance of $3,470,089. All funds combined have an ending balance of $9,440,022.
Any questions on the monthly financial statement? Hearing none, let's move on to the presentation of the payment report. Vouchers for the month of July 2025. We just have to look at those and we will entertain any questions. Bills paid for the month of July. Any questions? All right, hearing none, move right along to old business and planning updates.
In your packets, the summary of all the construction projects going on right now. Just to kind of give you some updates, the West Woods Bridge replacement, we did open the entry drive back up on Friday to the West Woods, so public can access the Nature Center in a full park now. We still have to finish out a few minor things on that project, but pretty much that's going to be completed ahead of schedule, so that was good to get that open back up. Tupelo Pond, part of that project, we did do asphalt last week and paint stripe that parking area. And then we are going to be completing some repairs on Maple Hounds Trail North and South in the next couple of weeks. And then overall, the construction crew they finished up at Sunnybrook and are down at Beartown Lake, starting on some work down there. On the planning side of things, just working on kind of design development level drawings for some of the 2026 capital improvements. We talked last board meeting, Hampton Hills Dam, Big Creek Park, we're doing some improvements by Deep Woods restroom. Mount Run Station, we're gonna be looking at some pavement there next year. And then Throwing Meadows and the Westwoods, we're gonna be doing some work with our construction crew on some of the trails there. So those are kind of the projects we're working on more from a planning standpoint.
And Maple Highlands North and South, those are asphalt repairs?
Yeah, those are asphalt repairs, some of the areas where we just, Maple House from North, I think is close to 25 years old, so just going in and doing some repairs on sections of that.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Any questions for Matt on projects? We'll have some pictures in the future. So, we're moving along. All right. Next up, new business, resolution 15, 2025, 2025 revised budget. Commissioners, please find the resolution for adoption of the revised 2025 revenue and appropriations. The following format conforms with the legal level of budgetary control according to the Ohio Revised Code 5705.38C. It requires appropriation measures to be classified so as to set forth separately the amounts appropriated for each office, department, and division, and within each the amount appropriated for personnel services. Therefore, this budget format conforms with state statutes, and the appropriation resolution is presented as follows by fund, by department, for personnel services, salaries and benefits, all other non-personnel services expenditures. The revised revenue and appropriation resolution reflects a certification of $906,500 additional revenue to the general fund, thus requiring an amended certificate of estimated resources. I want to explain that $906,500 was a payment from our wetland mitigation bank for the Pine Brook wetland mitigation. So it continues to pay for that property that was acquired years ago. That's what that revenue source was. Dawn, as I recall, the Budget Commission has certified that revenue.
That's correct.
Okay, so request a motion for resolution 15, 2025 and 2025 revised budget.
Second.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Call the vote. Mr. Rao?
Yes.
Mr. Bates?
Yes.
Mr. Stein?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Reno?
Yes.
Thank you. Next up, resolution 16, 2025, Clean Ohio grant funding for the Ellison Creek Woodland property. So we can correlate this to approval by the board coming out of executive session last month. The Ellison Creek Woodland is the property in Chardon and Concord Townships. So resolution 16, 2025, authorizing the executive director of Geauga Park District to submit an application for the Clean Ohio Green Space Conservation Grant funding for the purchase and protection of the Ellison Creek Woodland property. Whereas the state of Ohio, through the Ohio Public Works Commission, administers financial assistance for conservation purposes through the Clean Ohio Green Space Conservation Grant Program, otherwise known as Clean Ohio, and whereas Geauga Park District desires financial assistance for the purchase and protection of the approximately 59.83 acre Ellison Creek Woodland property located in Chardon Township, Geauga County, and Concord Township, Lake County. And whereas the Geauga Park District intends to fulfill Clean Ohio's objective of the preservation of open spaces with this acquisition, and whereas the preservation of the Ellison Creek Woodland property will protect approximately 59.83 acres of high-quality habitat, including mature forest, approximately 6 acres of Category 3 wetlands, and 2,000 linear feet of Ellison Creek, the direct tributary of the Grand River. And whereas preservation of the property will benefit water quality, protect natural resources and wildlife habitat, and provide opportunities for public passive park access and education. Therefore, be it resolved, the Geauga Park District staff and Executive Director John Oros are hereby authorized and directed to execute and file an application with the Ohio Public Works Commission for Clean Ohio Conservation Program funds seeking grant support for the purchase of this approximately 59.83 acre property. And the Geauga Park District staff and Executive Director John Oros are authorized to enter into any agreements as may be necessary and appropriate for obtaining this financial assistance. Request a motion to approve resolution 16, 2025.
Make a motion.
Okay, any questions, any comments? Hearing none, call vote. Mr. Stein?
Yes.
Mr. Greeno?
Yes.
Ms. Lamarcus?
Yes.
Bates? Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
All right, next up, Commissioners' time. We have a presentation on programs from our Chief Naturalist, who's better suited to present on programs. The special events of Chief Naturalist John Paul.
Thank you, everybody. Happy to be here on this Monday morning. Exciting. Didn't have my coffee yet, so
Good matches.
get to that. Yeah, last time I came here, we talked a little bit about the Westwoods Nature Center exhibit. Today, we'll focus a little bit more on the educational programs, events, and how what we're currently doing and how they've kind of evolved over the past several years. We have a great team of 11 naturalists in our department, and we're award-winning, nationally recognized for our expertise in cultural and natural history. Here we have Dottie up there. There's Denise, our program coordinator. Chris Mentrick, he's our astronat. Holly Souter, our special events coordinator. There's Linda, we call her the Dragonfly Queen. She wrote a book on dragonflies. And we have Andy Abram. We got him from Lake Metro Parks about 5 years ago. He specializes in lots of stuff, but reptiles and amphibians. Carrie Wheaton, Trevor, always climbing those trees. There's me out with the group. Nora with a monarch. We're doing a lot of monarch programs right now. And then Renelle. We really have a great team of people, and I always say that they really make my job much easier. Most of the time. Most of the time. They're great. No, really, they are great. Our whole department, as you all likely knows, we are based all out of the Westwoods Nature Center. However, we service the entire county. We go through, to not only the parks, but we go to schools and nursing homes, senior centers, libraries, and we specialize in a lot of programs. We offer programs for kids, this big, to seniors, all sorts of things for the general public. And I have to say, one thing that really stands out, I think, about our park systems programs is most of the things for our county residents are free. Very little cost for most of the programs that we offer. Here's a little breakdown of our programs from 2024. We had 1,245 total programs that we did. That's public and requested, and we reached 53,406 people. A little later, in just a few minutes, I'll go over a couple graphs to show you how that's changed over the years. School programs, that's our bread and butter. We're getting right back into that, getting back with the schools. Schools come out for field trips to us, doing stream studies, pond studies, habitat studies. We go into a lot of schools to reach the kids and reach them when they're young. And again, these are all for in-county schools. Those are all free. We do service out-of-county schools. They come to us, and there is a small fee for out-of-county schools, but we don't travel out of the county to go do school programming. We have enough demand for our programming with our in-county schools, so they always get the priority for sure. One of our pillars of our school programs is our Nature Scopes 5th grade binocular program. That's been going on since 2003, and it's really it started a long time ago, and it's, as far as I know, it's the only one of its kind in the country. These kids get a pair of binoculars every year. This is funded through the Foundation for Geauga Parks. So that's about 900 average 5th graders a year. Every public and private school in the county goes through this program as a 5th grader. And they get a pair of binoculars at the beginning of the year, and then throughout the year we do various programs introducing them to the natural history of Geauga County, utilizing their binoculars. So teachers get lesson plans from us, so they really engage the kids learning about science, hands-on science in Geauga County. We've really bumped up our homeschool programs. We've done those over the years, but Nora Sindelar, one of our naturalists, has really bumped up our offerings for homeschool programs. We just had an event last week, the Homeschool Learning Fair, over at Veterans Legacy Woods, which was got couple hundred people there. So we really, want to reach all different groups in the county. Outreach programs, we do a variety of programs for senior centers, nursing homes, libraries, and every year we offer 6 different programs. And this is a list, it's kind of small, but we change it up every year. And it's a real treat to go to our senior centers, nursing homes, and libraries, reaching sometimes people who don't get out as much, but it brings a lot of joy to them. So I tell you, that's one. I mean, I love working with all ages, but I know our naturalists really, it's really a nice thing going in to visit those folks. Public programs, we have a lot of staple programs that we do, like monarch butterfly tagging, maple sugaring, amphibian programs, stream hikes, public hikes, you name it, pond studies. Astronomy is really big. We have a lot of astronomy programs, and our programs have evolved and changed as we have new naturalists coming in. We're always trying new things. If we try something and it doesn't really work very well, if our attendance isn't good, I usually tell my naturalists, let's try it again. Maybe we need to rethink it. We like to try new things. One thing that Andy Abram brought back is the accessible nature cart tours. That we have a 6-person electric golf cart. We do these once a month during warmer weather months and get people with limited mobility out into the parks to discover the wonders of nature. And the reviews we're getting, you've probably seen some of them. People really appreciate the opportunity. So I can see that only getting more popular. Nature journaling, Renelle brought this to us. I'm not huge, I'm not a journaler myself. I would like to be more into it, but man, she has a following of people, and the attendance continues to grow. Then we have, we like to capitalize on, what's cultural things. So we have hiking with Santa and Buddy the Elf. We cannot do enough of those hikes in December. They fill up, and we have huge waiting lists. What's that? Yeah, that guy looks kind of familiar, but anytime he's around, I'm not. And we have a great 15-passenger transit van. We do trips regionally around the area to show people things around Geauga County. In the fall, Nora will do a cross-country van trip. We do bird trips, all sorts of historical and natural trips. So those are really popular. Our inclusive programming has really vamped up over the years. Nora Sindelar has, again, worked on this, and these are just becoming more and more popular. And in fact, I think we're going to be nominating this for a OPRA award this year. So fingers crossed we get that. But it's a joy working with these folks as well. I love going out, leading hikes with them. There's Nora out there with a group of them on a hike. Here they're making greens at the Christmas Greens workshop, and so it's a lot of fun. We reach a lot of different audiences. Virtual programs, they kind of started when COVID hit. We really didn't do a lot of virtual programs, but when the pandemic hit, Director Oros here was like, hey, John, think out of the box. One thing, a lot of parks at that time shut down, and programs, people were furloughed. John was like, I don't want to do that, so think out of the box, and that's what we did. We started doing virtual programs, which we still offer today. Not as much as we did during the pandemic, because now we have people coming to us, but we still offer virtual programs, and we offer also, we do a lot more web videos. We coordinate with Sandy. We do 2 a month, at least a couple a month. To reach people who may not get to the parks. Our recreation programs have grown over the years. We have the trusty favorite ones like the snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, horseback riding. We've done kayaking, canoe programs since I've been here, geocaching, but we've added some new things. Renelle bring archery to the park. Many of our naturalists are now certified archery instructors, so we have archery going on at Chickagami in the winter. We we take over the lodge there for a couple weeks, and we do indoor archery. Now, people just can't get enough of it. So we've really, we want to reach all of our taxpayers. We realize everybody has different interests, so we really want to try to reach all our audiences. So archery, we'll be doing that at the fair again this year. Snowshoes, we have rental at the Nature Center, plus we also do snowshoeing programs. Obviously, we have our amazing high ropes course over at Clarendon Woodlands. We also offer requested groups like corporate groups, scout groups. We had a cross-country team out there last week, about 35 kids up on the ropes course. Trevor reports to me that this year is the biggest year for requested group programs on the high ropes course. So it's remained pretty steady in its attendance, but those special request groups have increased. We have the boat powering over at Headwaters Park with the canoe and kayak and paddle boats, which is extremely popular, and you can't beat the price for county residents. Free. I tell people that sometimes, on my hikes and things, and I didn't know that you had that there, or I didn't know it was free. So it's a really great thing that we do for our taxpayers. Another program/exhibit we have, probably, it's one of our best, I think. It's really easy. It's our bird in hand exhibit. Look at how intent this young lady is looking at that little chickadee on her hand. And then her dad or uncle, I don't know, in the back, he just can't wipe that smile off of his face. But that runs generally in the cooler weather months, October till April. And it's just a treat. If you've not been out to the Westwoods to do this, come out and, give me a call, shoot me an email, and we'll take you out there. You basically just put a little bird seed in your hand, and the chickadees come and land, titmice, nuthatches. It's a really magical experience. A few more things, special events. We have our trusty favorites again, like the winter solstice, Saps Rising Sundays, Greens for Giving workshop, the Geauga County Fair. We're ramping up for that. We're really busy getting all that and getting the fair exhibit together. We reach a lot of people at that fair. I work a couple days at the fair, and it is great. Sometimes with our programs, we see some familiar faces. We always see new people, but we